Hey there, everybody. Welcome back to the Planes, Trains, and Comic Books channel. My name's Matt, and today we're going to review Above Snakes #1. But before we get into that, if you guys wouldn't mind sharing, subscribing, commenting, it really helps me out and lets me know what you guys want to see more of. So, with that being said, let's get straight into it. All right, we got the cover here for Above Snakes #1. It is an Image comic, and it is by Sean Lewis and Hayden Sherman. And we start off with our main character here. His name is Dirt. He is laying in the middle of the desert, and he's just taking a break from trying to find his wife's killers. And we see he's talking to a bird, but it is not a real bird. It is a spectral bird of some kind, and the bird's name is Speck. So the bird and him kind of argue back and forth about how Dirt didn't help a couple people out while he was walking a while back. And Speck is saying that he should have helped them, but all Dirt cares about is just going to get revenge. And to spur Dirt into getting up and doing something other than laying down, Speck tells him that there's a town called Lazarus a couple miles away, and that the man who runs the gang that killed his wife is there. And upon hearing this, Dirt immediately gets up and begins to walk to the town. So once Dirt gets to the town, he walks into the local saloon, and it turns out the men were actually waiting for him. They knew he was coming. So they begin shooting at him, and amazingly, none of the bullets hit Dirt, and he is able to get the upper hand in the fight. So as Dirt's fighting through these men, he follows one that's yelling to their boss, and after Dirt kills that man, Dirt finds the leader of this gang, his name's Cobber, in a bedroom with his pants down. So Dirt hits him and then begins talking to Speck, who no one else can see. So he just looks really crazy in this room while he's talking to nothing. And Cobber takes advantage of this. So he grabs his cane that was on the floor and is able to hit Dirt in the face with it. And that's where I'm going to stop it. I don't want to spoil anything else. So Above Snakes is a pretty awesome comic. It's a Western, which is kind of interesting. There's not too many Western comics out right now, but I like how they add that supernatural element with Speck, where you're not sure whether he's real or if it's just in the imagination of Dirt. I also like how violent this comic was, but because it's stylized, it didn't really look too graphic or anything. The story overall, I thought was pretty good. I mean, it's just a simple story of revenge, and there was a couple twists that you didn't see coming. So I think it was written well, and it definitely sets up the bigger story for further issues. The line art itself was interesting and was different than what you would normally see in a Western, but the colors of this book are what really popped out. It was coloring that you don't normally see on things, like people's faces will be like reddish pink, or there was lots of yellows and greens and blues, and it kind of had a very distinct style in the coloring. And both the line art and the coloring really set it apart as far as art's concerned. So overall, I thought this was a great book. It's definitely worth checking out. I'm going to give this one a 4 out of 5 stars. It's a unique take on the Western genre, and the story's only getting more interesting. So if you saw anything you like, definitely go pick that up at your local comic book store, and we will see you all in the next one.